One of my favorite memories probably wasn't a good experience at the time. It was a time that I got very mad at my older brother, Ethan. He took my banana seat bike. He says I didn't ride it anymore, but that's not true. I'm going on record saying that was my bike. I rode it all the time. He is now an engineer, so he was getting interested in building things. He took the bicycle wheels, my tires, off of my banana seat bike to make a calf cart. I grew up in Williamsburg, which is a very small town in Blair County. Williamsburg is also part of an area called Morrison's Cove, which is very rich in agriculture. There are a lot of dairy farms in this area and a lot of agricultural businesses in this area. I was very fortunate to grow up on a farm. Only a few kids in my class were from a dairy farm like me, but it was that connection you had with each other. It was something that I had that was different from a lot of kids in the class. I got to talk to them a lot about ag, and I just had a different childhood, a different lifestyle growing up. I did get up every morning before school. I had to feed calves, I had to do my chores, I had to help with the milking. Usually whenever the first bus went by, that was the high school bus, that was my cue that I could leave the barn and go to the house, get cleaned up, get ready for my school day, and drive myself into school. So I usually had about half an hour to get ready for school. One of my favorite memories growing up was always going out and being able to drive tractors in the fields, raking hay, mowing hay. It was that chance to be able to go out and not have a lot of people telling me what needed done or not worrying about everything. It's just that field that needed mowed, that field that needed raked, and it was just that peaceful time with myself in the nature. When I went to school, I graduated from Williamsburg High School. I played basketball and I was involved in FFA growing up. My senior year, we got the opportunity to play in the Single A state championship in Hershey, and that was a memory that I will always cherish. We did not win, we lost, but it was still a great memory. I decided to stay on the farm because it was something that was always very comfortable to me. Growing up here, I never wanted to leave. I never had that yearning to leave. It's something I knew well, something I wanted to be part of. I wanted to be the next generation to take over that farm, to grow it, to nurture the cows, to help build the business. I just wanted to stay with my family. I wanted to be part of the family business, and it wasn't a hard decision for me. So I am a dairy farmer. When people ask me what I do for a living, I say I'm a dairy farmer. However, I'm not involved daily with the actual care of the animals. I don't do the milkings. I don't feed calves on a regular basis, even though I do step in and help on that as needed. My main role is the finances of the operation. I take care of paying the bills, I take care of scheduling, I take care of human resources, I answer the phone, I'm the runner, I'm the, hey, something needs picked up, can you run to Martinsburg and pick up these parts? That's me who does a lot of that type of work. This is where I sit in a seat, I look at these two monitors, and I answer the phone and talk to people all day long. Penn England LLC, we milk around 2,000 dairy, mostly Holstein cows here. We milk 3 times a day. We are unique in the way that we have brought other family members into the business. We have taken on other dairy farms from retiring family. We've brought in cousins to the farm. Some of us grew up together, some of us didn't grow up together. I am a partner with my parents, Fred and Cindy England. I'm a partner with my cousins Barry England Jr. and Tracy McMonigal, who did grow up next to the farm and were raised on the farm alongside of me. And my cousin Keith England was also brought in on the LLC as a partner whenever his dad decided to retire. So we purchased his farm and his cows and started to milk there, and we brought him in as a partner. Penn England LLC is a dairy farm in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania. However, we don't milk at just one location. We have 3 different milking facilities, all within a 5-mile range of each other. We milk at Clover Ridge Farm, Weeping Hollow Farm, and then the main farm here at Penningland. In addition to my partners, there are a lot of family members who are also major team players in our business. One of them is Gordon England. He is my uncle, and he does the crop management part of the business. He helps select seeds, he helps to plant the crops, he helps with harvesting.
Hello there, my name's Gordon England here at Penningland Farms. Right now we're standing in a field of triticale that's planted last fall after taking corn silage off for forage. Plan is to chop this again. Chop this triticale here come probably around the 1st of May when it's ready to harvest for feeding the cows some more forage. Another thing is after we take it off, we'll wait a week or so after harvesting it and come back and we'll no-till corn into it and have a double crop of it, if you can say about that. First started planting cover crops was because protect your soil is one thing but we started learning, going to some meetings, and other farmers learned that there's a whole another benefit to the soil with cover crops is that during the winter time you have something green out there growing that helps keep the microorganisms in the soil fed. Even though it's freezing out, they still have slight activity there in the winter time to feed on the roots and other things that come in there. Our other field that we have cover crop in, we will not don't take off as a forage in the spring. We'll terminate it, then we'll come in and plant corn or soybeans or alfalfa into that terminated cover crop. But doing that is that you have a mat there and it keeps it from soil erosion. It protects the soil, having that cover there on the ground. Also by doing that with the cover crop there like that, it's soaking up excess nutrients that didn't get used the year before. So then that way the cover crop is just keeping it from washing down to Chesapeake Bay and things like that. We're protecting the Chesapeake Bay by doing this and preventing erosion and things like that. And here's a sample of this triticale we pulled out of the ground. Here's all the roots and fiber and all the hairy roots and stuff in there from that triticale. You can see how it just holds the soil all together there. I mean, if you go out and do tillage, you would just kill all those roots, and not all you just would just have dirt. You wouldn't have nothing living there. I mean, this is living soil here. If you see all these roots that are holding things together. By doing this also, it just makes the soil so much healthier, and that makes it healthier for everything, for crops and other crops, and even for the animals, having healthier feed for the animals also too, by having a healthy soil.
A lot of our hobbies are just getting together with our friends at the shows. That's what we do in our spare time. We really don't go on many vacations. That's pretty rare. Our downtime is hanging out with friends at the shows and just being able to have a lot of fellowship with them, hanging out, relaxing, and just having our kids get together and show their animals.